It's Jimmy Smith back here with another informative video presentation seminar. Today I want to talk about high carb paleo. I want to still strive to answer the question, not why didn't my doctor tell me that, why didn't my new favorite nutrition blogger tell me that. I'm your host as always, Jimmy Smith, MSCSCS, and I am from jimmysmithtraining.com. Again, I always say, even if you do the bare minimum, I want you to take action on one thing per day. I'm going to write it in the slide right now, guys. One thing. That's what I want you to do, guys. One thing per day. Take action will get you so far in life. And if you get nothing out of this presentation, just get out of the fact that you can do a high carb paleo approach. Here's who I am if you're not familiar. You can read more about me at www.thephysiqueformula.com. Let's get into it. Is it possible? Can we effectively and efficiently do and live with a high carb paleo diet while following traditional paleo diet rules? Well, traditional paleo diet only calls for carbohydrate sources that come from veggies, fruits, roots, tubers, and bulbs, and the occasional sweet potato, depending what blogger you read for carb sources. Some consider sweet potatoes a nightshade, others consider sweet potatoes an okay source of carbohydrates. But traditional paleo isn't real world, guys. And I say this all the time and I get a lot of flack, but I'll keep saying it because it's the honest to God truth. Traditional paleo is not real world. You cannot sustain a paleo diet of zero starches just from veggies, fruits, roots, tubers, and bulbs, high fat, and a lot of meat consistently 24/7. Now, I know there's cases out there of people that do it for a while, and I know there's cases of people that have done it for the past month and then improved their cholesterol, their blood sugar, lost weight, felt better, whatever, and they think it's the greatest thing since, well, not sliced bread, but the greatest thing since the paleo age. Listen, you can't do it real world. It's not real world. How are you going to go to a barbecue and do it? There are times when you have to break those rules. Listen, any diet can make you lose weight, but what about muscle? And that is the topic that even the paleo community keeps getting on podcasts, on shows, on forums. They're doing the paleo diet, they're doing CrossFit, they're doing Tough Mudders, they're doing high intensity exercise, or they just want to follow a bodybuilding approach and build muscle. Any diet can make you lose weight on the scale, guys. You can go have a juice diet today and you can lose weight on the scale, but that doesn't mean it's good, it doesn't mean it's effective. What about muscle? What about retaining muscle mass? Well, all the paleo benefits plus more. That's what we're going to talk to you guys about. I am a huge fan of a modified paleo diet. You can read more about that where I talk about the CrossFit diet on the video I have. I like some starches. I really do. I like having about 100 grams of starchy carbohydrates. It's also very good for mitigating cortisol stuff, cortisol production. A modified paleo with some starches is best, but keeping with tradition, what can we do? If we still want to follow a traditional paleo diet, and we're not so freaked out by having starches because they contain some anti-nutrients, not that that's a bad thing because you can get very healthy eating starches as well, what can we do? Should we eat more fruit? Here's the thing, guys. Fruit is very healthy for you, and it won't cause you to gain weight or impede your weight loss, like some authors say, if your other carbs are kept low. Now, if you're eating a big bowl of fruit 2 to 3 times per day and still eating starches and still eating pasta and things like that, of course you're going to get fat. But fruit's not the enemy. Fruit is very good, but there is such thing as too much of a good thing. Why is there too much of a good thing? Not that it'll make you gain weight, but after a while it's like, I just had fruit an hour ago. Do I want fruit again? Absolutely not. Here's the best thing, guys. It is very hard to hit 200 plus grams of carbs per day, which classifies the high carb paleo diet, with fruit. Plus, who really wants to? You want a lot of variety in your life. I know there's a lot of good fruits out there. I know you can do all that, but you do want variety. You don't just want to have to sit at home and always eat your fruit, right? You don't, neither do I. But it can be done. You can do some sprouted brown rice. You can use some skinned potatoes. Now, it's traditionally not an approved paleo meal, but meals with sweet potato fries every now and then for glycogen resynthesis. Because face it, guys, if you're training hard, if you're doing CrossFit, if you're doing Tough Mudders, if you're doing any type of workout, at some point during the week, 1, 2, 3 days per week, you're going to have to do a glycogen reload. What some people call a cheat meal, what some people call a refeed meal. There's 1,000,001 names to it. Sure, fructose can be converted actually faster than glucose, but it's not the same. And it's also not the same from a non-science perspective, which means I'm chewing it. I want to taste something that tastes a little bit better and a little bit different than fruit. Maybe I don't always like the sweetness of fruits. So not approved paleo meals with sweet potato fries. I know some people will laugh at it because it has sugar, but have you ever gone to a CrossFit competition? Have you ever gone any place? You see people eating sugar post-training. Sugar is okay, especially if it's an organic form of sugar. Organic applesauce is fine. It is very light in your stomach. I put a lot of my triathletes on it and triathlon competitors on it because it's very easy on the stomach. Organic applesauce with no sugar added. It's a natural sugar. I'm not telling you to eat it all the time, guys, but I am telling you to eat it those times when you really need to bump your carbohydrates up for paleo. And there's various fermented food products out there on the market that you can take advantage of. Many that are paleo friendly that are high in carbohydrate sources. So the take home message today, the one thing to act on is try some of these carbohydrate sources in your diet, on your high carb paleo diet, and tell me how you feel. Here's what you're gonna do now. You're gonna take action, you're gonna join my fan page, facebook.com/physiqueformula. You're gonna subscribe above, you're gonna use my diet at www.thephysiqueformula.com, and you guys are gonna comment below. I will see you in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.